approach it from a psychological perspective, because I'm a psychologist by profession. Mental health to me is identity. So how you identify yourself in different environments and different scenarios and situations is very imperative. And then how you actually self-actualize who you are in those situations, and knowing that self-actualization is never ending, because there's no such thing as that, because human beings, mentally, spiritually, physically, we are always evolving until, you know, we depart from this earth. So there's different elements of mental health and well-being that may involve family dynamics, relationship dynamics, work dynamics, cultural dynamics, and the most imperative thing is how you identify that which you've seen and been labeled as. You know, so for me, as a Ugandan woman, I am an African, I've accepted that, but what does that look like in Britain? You know, because in Britain, being a British African, it's different elements of it as well. Now, being a Ugandan lady in Uganda, in Africa, it's different elements to it. How do I accept that? How do I actualize that for my well-being and mental health? So what I'll do, I'll touch on to that later, and I think my learned friends, Dr. Nick, you know, for them, it's more so pharmaceutical side of things, psychiatrists, and then from a psychological perspective, it's also different. So mental health in general, in a nutshell, starts from a psychological perspective, and then delves into the psychiatric part of it. Statement, I will sort of want to differ from it a little bit, simply because Western world, and I'm talking about Africa, there are different cultures and how they, you know, they approach things. For example, Nigerians could be seen as loud, and maybe Ghanaians and whatever, then East Africa could be seen as not so loud. So in terms of how young boys act in school could be due to that cultural norms of where they come from. But having said that, sometimes young black men express themselves in a strong way because they're powerful beyond measure. That does not equate to mental health or mental well-being. Sometimes it's just the way they approach in the way the cultures deal with it. But it don't mean in terms of behavior. It could be, you know, the parent is assertive. Certainly my mom was assertive for me because she taught me my cultural language, and I came in when I was 5 and I'm in my 40s. So, and that helped me a lot for her being assertive in that regard. So I think we should tame down the slowness of saying we are aggressive, we are this, we that. Because this is, in this country, when you get people given labels, young black boys, that's what they aim for. So I just want to just sort of straighten it up a little bit. You're not so wrong, but also, as you say, it's the cultural norms, but it's understanding the cultural dynamics, and it runs all the way to the classrooms.
Thank you.